In the aftermath of the Jonestown massacre, some 900 hours of audio recordings were recovered, chronicling various sermons and speeches made by Jim Jones from the church's time in America up until the very last moments of its existence in Guyana. What follows is an excerpt from a meeting at the Jonestown Pavilion on April 13, 1978. Jim Jones is holding court as his followers participate in a sadistic game of one-upsmanship. Playing for their leader's favor and the approval of their peers, followers, both young and old, take the microphone in turn and detail to Jones what they would want to do, or have happen, to both their own family members or anyone else that opposes Jim Jones, the People's Temple, and Jonestown. A note for context. You will notice the term white knight mentioned on several occasions throughout the recording. A white knight in Jonestown, put simply, was an event of crisis, whether real or manufactured. These emergency drills might span several days, where the group was on alert with weapons ready in preparation for attack by government forces, readying themselves for suicide, or a combination thereof. Lastly, a word of warning that many of the things said in this recording, especially in combination with who is saying them, can be quite disturbing. Discretion is advised.
Yeah, but we're not sure about that shooting the airplane.
Dad, I feel that since my brother and sister, so-called brother and sister, put you through all this trouble, I feel that you should let my brother stay in jail, let him rot. I feel that you should save my sister from being stabbed and bleeding to death. I feel that my sister should have, when the pigs came and finna take her to jail, it was you that she called on. And even though she called on you and she putting you through all this trouble right now, I feel that the bitch should be got and shot someone. I don't care. I feel that the bitch should be got, both of them should be got and dragged by a car.
That's a new idea.
I feel
I didn't know I had so much down in me here. I mean, you ought to have it. By God, it's time some of us got to feeling it. How much shit can you take and try to reason with people and reason and show mercy with them and even offer to bring them and entertain them and they still do crap?
I'd like to kill my so-called brother and Bill Aarons for the crap that both of them have caused over these years since they've left.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Your dad was up on the steps.
Dad, I'd personally like to grab my father and string him up by his nuts and have a hot poker, sticking it in some coals and sticking it up his ass and burning the hell out of him for doing the things he's doing, because he knows that you saved my sister's life and he knows all the good things you did for us both. And he knew that we wanted to come over here and live peacefully, and this is why he's causing all this hell. And I'd like to personally do those things to him just to get him to realize that he's...
I'm sure when you have him tied up by his balls and a hot poker goes up his ass, he would realize something. It's too much, these people.
Just to get him to realize that he's trying to ruin our freedom and trying to take away my daughter's freedom. And I'd like to thank you, Dad.
Thank you. He realized something, I'd say.
What I like to do is my so-called mom, the bitch. She hates purse snatchers. I would like to disguise myself and beat the bitch up and drag her ass. Drag her ass. I beat the bitch up, I swear, and then I blow the motherfucking ass right off the earth. I personally like to do that myself.
We told him when she started shit, we were trying to make, be nice and win people. We said, write a nice letter. And the fucking letter, it was a goddamn letter. Had to rewrite it 4 times to get it to be nice. You fucking bitch, you don't mess with me, I'll kill you. His mother. Sarah said they gave up on the fourth time, just let it go. He's J.J. Tumble. She hates purse snatchers. That's why I had to bail your ass out. Get back at Mama. Go on.
The only, I think Mickey should die, and I'd like to go back there and do it. I'm tired of living here, just because of all these white nights and everything. I love the place and everything. I'm just tired of living. And if we do something, anything we do, going to Cuba or whatever, before I'd go anywhere, I'd prefer going back to there and doing some things to people.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Jackie and Marvin go, it's really it's sickening what happened, because when Don came down here, he was a mess. And I think he was one of the greatest things that happened down here, at that time, because Don made a complete change, and he was a hell of a kid whenever he left.
Yeah.
And it's always left me a sickening feeling, and I think they should be got too.
Yeah, let's move it kind of quick now, because we got a line of folk.
Dad, what I wanted to say about my relatives is that none of them wanted to come to the church, and they just wanted to use and manipulate, just want you to come over and be nice to them. And for Kenny, he's so careless about guns and cars. It should be a brand new car sitting up in front of the house, and as soon as he started, he should blow his ass up. And for the rest of them, it should be a nice, well dinner prepared for them and poison all of them, because none of them no good.
That girl don't dislike her family.
As far as Mickey goes, I disowned her from the day she left, and I think she should die, but first I think she should be tortured. And also the Swinneys, I forgot about them, but they should all die, and I'd be willing to do it and take more people with me than just my relatives, so-called relatives.
I think that Mr. Tupper should die, and that I should.
Mr. Tupper, this always kills me, this family. Mr. Tupper. He's always been Mr. Tupper. Everybody calls him Mr. Tupper. I don't want to know it. It's funny. I like it. Mr. Tupper, go ahead.
I think that I should take a knife and cut Mr. Tupper all up real good. And,
cut him up real good.
And then make him look like, cut him up and then put poison in him and invite all my relatives over there and have them eat him, and then I'll die.
You've been talking to Reb. That's what you've been doing.
My mom is a damn fool. I hope I knock the fucking shit out of you.
I'm glad I put my life on the line to save you. Say my mama's a goddamn fool. I had to beat the fucking shit out of her.
I dare her come out, because I'll be the one that's I'm a shot her.
Good. My mama's a goddamn fool. These kids not new. There's tough kids coming up here, honey. I'm glad I put my life on the line for her months ago, because they came for her. They were on there. They were going to pick her up.
For Mr. Tupper, I think that I like to go.
I thought we all had the fuckers set up and then cooking him the last I heard of him.
I agree with Mary. I'd like to go back. I'd like to personally go back there and cut them all up to shreds and then serve them to Virginia. Let her eat it there.
That's his wife.
Dad, for those children of mine back there, I don't feel like they're my relatives anymore, because what they did to Mother is really sickening.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mother is the greatest woman that ever been, and I am really hurt of it. But if any way that you could fix me where I I could go back there, and they'd be so glad to see me and get me in a room with all of them and just let me just explode, you know. They be think I'm real mean, but I'd be one of them explode bombs and just get rid of all of them because they are no good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. We've grown some. We've grown some.
All my life I had thought about my family being something special because...
Your daddy kind of put that kingship shit in you.
That's right, Dad. And the only thing you've talked about all my life is, only thing I've ever heard is my 8 brothers. And he always boasts about his 12 kids. So he really used my mother as a fucking... And she was always very passive. He was so strong-hearted, you know, strong at all times that all of us backed down on. I think Martha was the only one that stood up to him. And when she stood up, she got knocked down. So since I've been here, I've grown stronger, and I realize that there's no family like the one I have now. And I'd rather not even think of them as being part of the family. I like to buy a big white church and put all of them in it and blow it up.
A big white church. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I'm sorry, Kim. I'm sorry, Kim. This goddamn. How would these kids? They come in for testing on their first elementary. I'm going to kill my mother, goddammit, and slice her up and cook her. Where'd you hear that, little kid? White night. I hope no teachers ever come to me and ask these kids any questions. We better have our ass on the boat ready for Cuba. Go ahead. Joe, what are you going to do now your dad and your brother and all this?
Okay, I like to see the Jerry and Jim Cobb. I like to go back there, like they did at Steve Biko. I like to tie the wire up to Jim Cobb's balls and just pull it out. And the Terry, I think I'm just shooting his stomach with Teddy.
That's fairly accurate. Mm-hmm. Amen, pricks and bitches.
Dad, all motherfucking relatives of mine, they ain't no damn good. I've been knowing they weren't no good for me for a long time before I met you. But they just as much blame for what these white nights we having, even though they wasn't around the steps probably, but they just as much blame.
They may be. They may be. We don't have all of them.
Right. They would be here helping us take care of these white nights.
Yeah.
I'd like to have them down on that platform like I had them big hogs the other day. Right, rip their asshole appetite.
Me bunch of motherfuckers.
Okay, Dad, I don't know how much Vera Ingram is in on this, but I know that her, Jim Cobb, Mickey Touche, all those guys were the first 8 to go out. And all of those guys should be killed like dogs because they started all this shit when they left the church. All 8 of them ought to be killed slowly. And I don't think, like everybody said, they can get up and they'll kill them, but they ought to die the worst, horrifying death that there is. Because they all went out. They started this shit.
Yeah, true. That may have an angle.
Dad, I think my daddy should be killed. Anyway, he ain't my daddy no more. Every time he goes someplace, he just gets drunk and the truck broke down. Every time he goes to New York, all that shitty ass place. And I don't even like that place no more. We talking about we going to L.A. We going to do this. We going to do that. I said, they used to always kick me out of school and that shit. And I think my daddy, I think...
It's a basic. You know it's a basic. This has to be a basic.
I think my daddy ought to be shot, and I'd like to tie a rope up to his balls and hang it away.
Make it look like an accident. It's hard to make it look like an accident. What's that? What's this?
Isn't that awful?
What sister?
Right here.
What's the sister thinks it's awful? Nancy Jones? Well, what's awful? What's awful about it?
She's the one that would have done a better job of protecting me.
I can't.
Fucker that wasn't in here in this cause, they need to be killed. My relatives and her relatives and everybody else.
Yes, right. And goddamn it, to keep my blood pressure down and some of the rest of us, they should be done slowly.
Right.
At least if I can't do it, by God, I might not be able to. I might try to save them if I got down to it, but at least it helps you to talk about it. Motherfuckers. Anybody that hurts goodness. At least you can keep your damn mouth shut when we were all these people doing what they're told to do. I knew somebody'd have to take issue with what's going on, so we can have another hour. I wonder why she's on. Yeah, I want to know what the hell she's complaining about here.
Come on. Talking to you. You just said
she was talking about she'd build a big white church. And then she would blow it up. I said, whoa, that'll be awful.
Why be awful?
Hell no. Hell no, it wouldn't be awful. Awful some shit. What the hell are you talking about? I'd like to know what the hell ails you. What's on your mind? Hell, woman, what's the matter with you? Get out of it. I just... Yeah, blow the ass up. But don't need to be blown up now, God damn it. We wouldn't have the trouble we have now. Dad could rest at ease. But all them come with the goddamn shit. Tell me what all now, I pity. I don't pity nobody like that. God damn them. No, don't pity them. Oh, that's awful some shit. What the hell are you? Now, I want to know what's on your mind. Hey!
Give her the mic. Give her the microphone.
She said what? She asked you what? Irene asked what's on your mind, Nancy. She asked what? What'd you say, Irene? What'd you say, Irene?
I want to know what in the hell's on her mind. Tell me that's awful some shit. Hell yeah, blow all the hell out of them. That's when the world and the shape is in now. When we can't get along here, having these white nights on account of that dumb goddamn bastard. Hey, that's the trouble right now. You in with it. You anticipate you in with it. You don't give a damn, do you? That's when you say, oh, that's awful. Your ass ought to be in that too.
I'd have married you, Irene, if you'd been young. God damn, that woman is the funniest woman I've ever seen. Ass ought to be in there, too. She only think that sure ought to build a white church. She ought to put her ass in there, too.
No, I want to know how come she built a church and didn't burn it up.
What?
She could kill it without burning it, building a big white church for me.
She kept saying, every time one of the children would tell what they do to the relatives, that's awful. That's awful. And I kept asking, what do you mean?
You heard me say that was awful because the girl said that she'd build a big white church and put them in.
I wasn't the only one that you said,
I said,
Be in the middle of a fucking...
I said, that's awful.
Big white
I
church.
said, you have to build a church to put them.
Shut up.
Building a church and then burn them up. I already done.
Well, if they find a white church and put them in it, then burn them up without building one. How about that, Nancy?
Church and didn't kill them, there'd be something else. But she'd kill them and then put them in the big white churches. You know what to do with them? No, they don't need to kill them, baby. Just build a white church, by God, and put the asses in there. They think I have a happy time. Just put some gasoline and kerosene and set the fire going outside. So I'll be back here and after a while, they'll burn up like hell.
For more information on Jonestown and People's Temple, you can find a link in the description to the Alternative Considerations of Jonestown and People's Temple website. And for an excellent book on the life of Jim Jones and the tragedy of Jonestown, I highly recommend Raven by Tim Reiterman. Please be sure to like and share this video, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on this recording. And, as always, thank you for watching.